first impressions. These are my favorite kind of videos to do, to see. So yeah, I'm going to be doing a full face of first impressions. I am the most worst possible person to give intros on this planet. I am so awkward at doing them. But yes, anyways, we're going to be doing a full face of first impressions. Recently, I've had a huge influx of products. So yes, again, I thought I'll do a full face of first impressions. I'll just jump onto the full face of first impressions because I'm just rambling non-useful things now. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to moisturize my skin because it is currently winter time. As you can see, my skin might be looking a little dry. So I'm going to be using the Keihls Ultra Facial Moisturizer for all skin types. I've seen a couple of people using this and they have said it's as good as a primer for dry skin and it's not coming out. Oh, it's sealed. Yeah, I am extra hyper today because I've just come back from my workout and my post-workout state is generally pretty hyper. People get tired after workout. I'm like, yes, give it to me, give it to me. So yeah, please. My cream just went flying everywhere, so I'm going to use everything that's left on this metallic seal right here, which is actually a lot of product, so do not waste this. It has a very mild fragrance and it is very thin in consistency, not like watery thin, but thin. So I'm just applying it to my face. Although it's thin, it feels quite moisturizing. I like it. I'm going to take a little bit more of that. I'm not taking a lot of this because it really just disperses all over your face really nicely. So I'm just applying it to my outer perimeters. Nice. I like this product. It's really heavily moisturizing and it doesn't feel greasy on the skin. Good. For my primer now, I'm going to be using the NYX Shine Killer. They have a lot of variants in their primer range. They have the Pore Filler, Shine Killer, Spray Primer. So I've used every other type of primer, but I've still not used the Shine Killer. So today we are going to be using the Shine Killer. It comes in a beautiful matte black packaging, and what this is supposed to basically do is make sure you have no trace of grease or oiliness on your face. Now I come from the dry skin family, so I'm pretty sure this is better for people who have like more oilier skin. So this is like a clear silicone type gel. This can also be like a dupe for Inglot's primer, I'm not really sure, but this is more smoother and creamier than the Inglot primer. So I'm just going to apply it on my T-zone. I'm going to rub it in. Also applying it under as well as on my eyelid. This did mattify my face down. And my face feels very soft, like that powdery matte finish. I really like that finish. And it doesn't feel drying on the skin, which is another good thing. So again, a good product. I like. For foundation today, I'm going to be using the PAC HD Liquid Foundation and I'm using the shade 2.5. I have a lot of shades in this, so hopefully I've picked out the right shade for me today. I'm going to show you the shade first in the bottle. So this is what the shade looks like. Hopefully this should match me. Fingers crossed. So I'm just going to take a little bit of that foundation on the back of my hand. So it's not thick, it's not thin, it's somewhere in between. So I am looking for full coverage, flawless face thingy going on. Let me just figure out a foundation brush for me. So I'm going to be using this Jessup large concealer brush. Generally, I'm not a very big fan of foundation brushes like these, but I'm trying everything new, so I'm just going to go with the flow and try this brush out as well. So I'm just going to apply it from the centers of my face. So this foundation definitely has a lot of coverage in it. As you can see, the difference is crazy between both of my eyes. I've still applied only to the eye area and it blends in really nicely. This brush hasn't given me any streaky finish, which is also a nice thing. So I'm just gonna finish applying this foundation to all over my face. And as you can see, it covers the acne scars. I have some acne scars here if you can see them. So it covers them up really nicely and also the redness around my nose. I'm impressed with this foundation, and this foundation comes in a lot of shades, so you will find a match for yourself, I'm sure of that. So I'm just gonna apply this all over my face. Plus this foundation is a really good match for me right now. Like, I change skin tones every other day, so currently this foundation is suiting me pretty damn good, which is always a nice thing. And with this foundation, a little is a lot. I applied a little bit more on this side, and I feel that the area where I've applied a little bit less of foundation looks better than the area with more foundation. So I feel you need really less product for this foundation to work with you. If you are a person who is not much into full coverage, you can definitely sheer out this foundation with the use of a damp beauty sponge or something like that. Brushes tend to give you more fuller coverage than normal. So you can definitely sheer out the coverage, but I really like the coverage as well. It's very natural, it's very flattering, it doesn't look cakey or unnatural, it really matches me well. All of these foundations have yellow as well as pink undertones, and they are available in a lot of colors. It looks really natural and really flattering and really full coverage, so you do not need Photoshop any longer, girl. Next up, I'm going to slightly color correct and highlight. So for that, I'm going to be using this Victoria Fashion Girl 5 Cream Concealer Palette, and I'm going to first use this Jessup concealer brush. I'm going to leave a link to the pages from where you can buy these particular products. Now the Jessup brushes are a set of 15 brushes. I've shown this in my huge what's in my mail video, so you can go ahead and see that. So I'm going to start off by using the orange color corrector in here. I'm just going to take a very little amount of it, not extremely crazy amounts, and I'm just going to use it right under my eye on my orbital bone, just there, to ensure that my eyes have slightly color correcting properties done to them. So I'm just going to apply it there as well as to my eyelid. Again, generally I'm not a very big fan of brushes like these because I do feel they are streaky and just leave a lot of, you know, patchiness and everything, but this isn't bad. I surprisingly like it. So I'm just going to apply it right on the bone right there, right on the bone right there. Yeah, because I'm the best YouTuber in the world. Again on the lid area as well to counteract any darkness, although we are going to be covering this up with eyeshadow anyway, but I just like to go all out when I'm color correcting because color correcting in itself is going so much out. So yeah, I'm also going to color correct around my mouth because I have certain pigmentation there, like almost all the women in the world. So I'm just going to draw myself a French beard or handlebar mustache, whatever you prefer. Once you're done with your color correcting, you can move on to your highlighting concealer. I'm going to use the same palette and go into this shade right here for my concealer, and I'm using this Sigma Concealer Blend Kabuki brush. Again, this is the first time I'm using it, although I do feel it's a little big to work around my eye, but we'll see what happens. So I'm just going to pick up this concealer and I'm going to go right in there and conceal my eyes first and highlight them. So I'm first just going dabbing this concealer. It's not joking with you. Okay, so this brush surprisingly goes into the very inner corners as well and gives you such a flawlessly blended out look without any effort. Oh my gosh, I feel like I'm gonna love the products that I find in this video, although I do not want to jinx it because every time I say the next product I use usually sucks. So I'm just going to keep mum and use these products, but these concealers are creamy as hell and they blend in so nice. I love this brush as well. It's really good. But these concealers also have full coverage, so you can hide all of the sins that you've done last night with these and your eyes won't tell anything. Even after using such full coverage products, my face looks really natural, which I really like. I'm also going to just highlight my nose to ensure that I have a balanced face, and also my forehead a little to make it look bigger because I have a smaller forehead, and just blend it all out. This brush is a dream, you guys. Time to set down the face. I'm going to be using this MUA Pro Base Matte Satin Pressed Powder, and I'm using this Jessup Tapered face brush. This reminds me a lot of Sigma as well as Shreya brushes. So I'm just going to use this to apply my powder today, and I'm just going to set the areas which I have concealed first because I just want to set them so that they don't crease or anything. If only this compact agrees to open up. So this is the shade Translucent, so I can easily set my eyes and everything with it without the fear of it matching to my skin tone or not. So I'm just going to set my under eyes first. These brushes are really soft and they're not having any fallouts as well, which is always a good thing. And as for the powder, it is nicely mattifying my face without making it overly matte. This is a matte satin powder, so it's the kind of look that I like these days as well. I'm not a completely matte or completely dewy person. These days I'm more of a satin face, glow but not glow kind of face. Hope that makes any sort of sense. But yeah, once I am done setting my concealed areas, I'm gonna move on to contouring, which is gonna be exciting because I'm gonna be using the same product again, because this has like a contouring shade as well. So I'm gonna be using this shade right here. And sorry for my messy application skills which show on this product. So I'm just gonna find a brush for contouring. So I couldn't find a contouring brush, so I'm going in with my foundation brush and I'm gonna pick up the darkest shade right there. And I'm just gonna contour my face with this because I know for a fact that this product is highly pigmented. So I'm just gonna apply a little amount of product first, not a lot of it. And then using the same brush, just try and blend this out as much as I can. If I can't, I'll move on to another brush to do the job for me. I can't really do it, so I'm just going to take the concealer blender Kabuki brush and I'm just going to, you see, it blends in the products like a dream. I've been loving all sorts of cream products actually, not just contouring, but for everything I've been loving cream products of lately. I think it's just a phase. Like some days you wake up and you're a powder only person, give me that matte finish, and some days you wake up and you're like, I want that creamy look, and some days you just want to be like a glowing beam of sun. So I think it's all sorts of phases that we have, and I feel that contour looks really nice. Personal opinion. Then I'm gonna contour my nose as well, trying to be as neat as possible. My nose is gonna be like this. I'm just gonna try and correct that. Not my best attempt, so I'm just gonna blend this out with the help of my fingers. Just gonna take a little bit of that concealer again and clean up the centers of my nose because I've done a really messy job with my nose contour today. That's why I don't like a highly contoured nose, because I can't do it, so I don't like it. You know, that's the way we hide things. I don't like it because I can't do it. But would I admit that I can't do it? Nope. It looks like I can't breathe, but I can, so don't worry. And once I am done with all of that, I'm gonna go back into my translucent powder and I'm just gonna give a very light dust to my face, like all of it, but a very light dust. As I said, I'm into sort of like a satin finish these days, so I don't wanna go overboard with the powder, so I'm just giving a light dust just to set my face completely, that it doesn't move or anything. Alright, so once I'm done with that, I'm gonna go into my highlighter, which again is a cream product. This is the PAC Adore Your Highlight and this is in the shade Adore Me. It's a pen type of highlighter, so I'm just gonna apply it on the highest points of my cheeks and blend it out with my finger. Oh, this is a very subtle highlight. I'm generally not so much into such subtle highlighters, but if you are a person who is all about subtle highlighter life, then you might want to check these pencils out. Personally, I'm not a very big fan of them, and I will sort of find something else to just pop up my highlight because this is not even noticeable in my opinion. Like, I am, as I said, a person who likes to just go all out with my highlighters. So not a very big fan of this, but again, if you are the sort of a person who loves such kind of highlights which are very subtle, just makes you look like you're glowing from within, that you can obviously go for a product like this. The color is beautiful. It's a very beautiful champagne-y skin tone, so it looks very natural, very flattering, but just not my personal taste. So yeah, we cool. For my eyebrows, I'm gonna go into another PAC product. This is the PAC Defining Brow Shaper. It has a spoolie on one side and pencil on the other side. So I'm first just gonna brush out my eyebrows with the help of this spoolie to ensure that my eyebrows are not free. And I know exactly where to fill them in as well. So once I'm done with brushing out my brows, I'm gonna go in with the pencil. And I'm just gonna start filling in my eyebrows. I feel the shade might be a tad too light for me because it's an extremely red based brown. I'm not too sure. We'll end up knowing it once I'm done with filling in my eyebrows. It does look a little weird, right? But we can roll with it. I wish I had auburn hair, then these eyebrows would have looked so fantastic. But I don't have auburn hair. But I'm really liking my base makeup. Like, I'm really loving the way my base is looking right now. So I've cleaned off my eyebrows, but I'm still not too sure how I feel about them, to be honest. So I'm just gonna move on to my blush, and today I'm gonna be using this e.l.f. blush palette. I got this when I was in the States, but I did not yet use it, so I'm gonna use it today. It's a beautiful quad consisting of 4 beautiful blushes, as we can see there. So I'm just gonna just use this one probably, or mix these 2 shades. Yeah, I'm gonna mix these 2 shades. I'm gonna find a brush to do that. So we have this Jessup Powder Blush brush. There is some serious pigmentation in there, so I'm just gonna go with a very light hand and highly pigmented and blendable. Double thumbs up. This is in the light variant. They have a medium as well as dark one as well, if anyone's interested in knowing. So once I have my blush on, we can finally move on to my eyes. And for my eyes, I'm going to be using something that all of you have been asking me to use, and I'm going to be using this Victoria Note eyeshadow palette. It looks like an iPad. It is so cool. This is what it looks like. We open it up and we have all of these shadows there, and there's so many beautiful colors. Like, I can't decide what I want to put on my eye, and there are matte as well as shimmery shadows. Starting with the large fluff brush by Jessup. This reminds me of a Sigma brush so bad. I'm gonna take this color right here. It's a warm brown color, and I'm gonna put it in my crease as a transition sort of a color, and look at that pigment. I must say that's a lot of pigment, and I am sort of scared because I don't want to just, you know, put it everywhere. So I'm just gonna go on my crease that's pigmented. That's really pigmented. So I'm just gonna use this brush to place the color. I'm gonna blend with another brush because this is very pigmented. Like, more pigmented than I dreamt of it being. I'm going to be using this Tapered blending brush again by Jessup. Again, a brush which reminds me so much of Sigma brushes. I'm just going to start blending this out. Thankfully, these eyeshadows are not chalky to blend. Otherwise, it would have been such a pain to blend these out. That blended in smoothly. Once I'm done with blending that out, I'm going to move into another blending brush. This is the small Tapered blending brush from Jessup again, and I'm gonna pick up a darker brown shade from right here. I'm gonna show you this one, and I'm gonna again just deepen up my crease, define it even more because I want that deep set eye look. So I'm just gonna dust off any excess, and I'm gonna go right in my crease again. This is such a good brush, and it fits into the crease so well. Because I also remember I had to make my highlight pop. I'm going to do it at this point. I'm using the same eyeshadow palette, and I'm going to pick up this shade right here. It looks beautiful to highlight my face with, and I'm using the Sigma Strobing fan brush, and I'm just going to squeeze it like this so that it fits into my eyeshadow. So I'm just going to pick up that color and hope that this is a good color for highlighting. I'm just going to place it on my cheekbones. You see, I'm more of this kind of highlight person. I'm just gonna amp it up into 10 times so that my highlight pops even more. But I was right, this is a beautiful color to highlight with. Often we think, oh, it's an eyeshadow, we need a highlighter, but that's not true. We can double up our eyeshadow as highlighter and vice versa. So you can try that with any of your highlighters that you have. Try using them as eyeshadows. They work beautifully as eyeshadows as well. I'm just gonna highlight the tip of my nose. Go right there. I love to highlight my forehead because I feel it comes out beautiful in photographs. Cupid's bow. Alright, I'm gonna go into a short shader brush by Jessup, and I'm gonna pick up this shade right here, this lovely shimmery vine sort of a shade right here. Hopefully you can see that, and I'm gonna put it right on the outer corners of my lid. I'm gonna place it here, and these are really pigmented as well. The mattes were pigmented, the shimmer eyeshadows are pigmented. Overall, this is a really nice palette. I'm gonna leave a link from where you can buy these eyeshadow palettes, because I know by now you guys are gonna be really inquisitive about them. I've just applied the wine shade. I'm just gonna go back in with my small tapered brush and blend it in with the brown before moving on to my lid color. For my lid color, I'm going to be using this Bellapiere Pigment. It's in the shade Celebration and it's a beautiful bronzy shade. I have to still open it up. And I'm going to go back in with my flat definer brush because I need a brush like that to work with pigments. So I'm just going to take a little bit of that pigment and it feels almost cream-like. Like it's a pigment but it feels very creamy. Like some pigments are really powdery. This doesn't feel powdery at all. So I'm just gonna place it in my inner lid area and that color is just pure gorgeousness. Oh my god, this is so pretty. This seriously feels like a cream and I had no fallouts. That's like even better. I'm using the same color on my inner corners as well as on the inner lower lash line just to brighten up my eye even more. And I'm going to use a mixture of the two browns that we used in our crease on the remaining lash line, lower, I meant. I'm going to go in directly with the mascara because I don't feel like wearing a liner right now. Maybe once I'm done with my lashes, then when I'll just apply mascara. But for my lashes, I'm going to be using this LA Girl Booming Lash Mascara. This is a new launch in India. So I'm just going to be using this. Hopefully it's still a new launch by when this video goes up. As of now, I have no clue when this video is gonna go up. So yeah, I'm just gonna apply this. So this is what the wand looks like. It's like a normal fat wand. So I'm just gonna start applying it. So it is doing almost close to nothing for my lashes. Just probably giving them a tint. Not adding volume or length. Yep, nothing at all. Not very happy with this. Oh, and the packaging came apart. I generally love LA Girl's products except their matte liquid lipstick. That's bad too. But generally I like LA Girl's products, but this one is not so good. So I'm just gonna try and at least tint my lashes before moving on to falsies, which I will do off camera because I'm not trying out any new brand or glue. When it comes to glue especially, I'm not very keen on trying new glues because if I like something I try to stick to it, as it's my eyes we're talking about and nothing, you know, like face or anything. Although you shouldn't try anything on your face, but I like to live dangerously. Anyways, I'm just gonna be back after doing my falsies and you're gonna see if I still need an eyeliner or something to amp up my eyes. This mascara is sadly a sad story. These lashes are definitely not for the faint-hearted. I've applied NYX B Wicked lashes in the style Drama Queen or Diva. And the thing with such dramatic lashes which have a band in them is that if you don't apply an eyeliner in the inner corners of your eyes, then it can look a little weird and not so natural, although these won't look natural no matter what you do. So I'm going to be applying a gel liner again by the brand of Victoria. This is the Victoria Fashion Girl Gel Liner. It comes with its own brush set as well, like it has two brushes in it. So I'm just going to use this gel liner. I'm going to just sort of go over the band of my lash as well as in my inner corners, and while I'm at it, what I'll do is I'll extend my inner corners a little, just a little. So I'm using this brush which comes with the gel liner. It's a very pointy sort of a brush. So I'm going to take a little bit of that gel liner which is sealed. I've never seen a sealed gel liner. All of them come just like with the cap on. So I'm just going to open it up. This is creamy. This is very creamy. So I'm just going to take a little bit of that gel liner. You don't need a lot of it. And I'm just going to line the inner corners of my eye and extend it out. Just like that. You see that just a little bit of eyeliner makes such a big difference, and this is very creamy and very pigmented. I'm also just slightly lining my eyes. These lashes are definitely not everyone's cup of tea, but I love them. Obviously you can skip these and go for natural looking falsies or, you know, just mascara if you may want to do so. Next, moving on to lipstick, I have this Chambord Orosa Lip Perfection lipstick. This is in the shade Dolce Vita Pink, and I could just buy the lipstick for the packaging. It is stunning. It comes in this rose gold bullet. This is what the color looks like. It's a stunning color as well. So I'm just going to go ahead and apply this on my lips. It's very smooth to apply, and I love the fact that it's curved, if you can see, so that it hugs your lips perfectly. It is pigmented as well. I love how gorgeous this lip color is, but I will be adding a lip gloss on top. I'm going to be using this Cargo Essential Lip Gloss, and it's a very baby pink with a lot of glitter in it. So I'm just going to take this. It has a doe foot applicator. I normally prefer brushes more than doe foot applicators for glosses, but I'm just going to apply this on my lips. So the glitter doesn't transfer on the lips. I'm kind of sad about that. I wanted little flecks of gold on my lips, but it's not coming there. But the gloss is non-sticky, which is a good thing. So I am done with the look, and I love this look so much. Like, I can't even tell you how much I love this look. I love how the eyes came out. I love the lips. I love the base makeup as well. I love everything. There was just a few disappointments here and there, but overall, happy. Yes, I'm happy being today. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial as well, and this full face of first impressions as well. And I will see you guys pretty soon. Till then, don't forget to follow me on all of my social media, which would be listed in the bottom bar as usual for you guys. And I will see you guys super soon. Till then, take care. Mwah. Bye.